Hi Jarit,
Hi Ushan.
how's things?
Good.
You know what we are going to talk about today?
Yeah, I think it's about back office solutions.
Yes.
And if you are reaching out or if you are searching for a back office firm or an organization,
You'll find this video very, very helpful.
Yeah.
Right. So yes, guys. So today we are going to talk about how to select the right back office solution or the right outsourcing partner. Right. So we are going to go a bit deep on certain aspects, the steps to selecting the right partner and all those stuff.
the more particularly, if I explain this, throughout our video series, you might see videos such as how to select a paraplan or how to select a virtual assistant, but this is about selecting a partner for yourself, a firm for yourself, which will provide end-to-end operations, end-to-end practice management operations, from paraplanning to administration to virtual assistant to they might provide the strategy consultation to you.
Yes.
Yes, Sushan.
So let's get going.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the step one, Sharit? Before we start into any engagement or before you select before you even start talking to any service provider, what do you think? What do you think should be the first step? As a financial planner should do. Yeah.
Step one is always about yourself. Even it's a paraplan or even it's a financial planning administrator. We were talking about this in previous episodes as well. So it's about yourself and understanding yourself, and particularly understand your pain areas.
Yes.
Analyzing your current workflow and what are the pain areas that you have, and when you understand that, you know that these are the things that I am very much efficient at and effective at, and these are the things I need someone else's expertise. Right? In today's world, you are not alone. Everyone is the same.
Yep.
Right? And everyone is the same in the sense you don't take it wrong.
Yeah.
It's like everyone is seeking someone's support.
Yes.
And the more you connect, the more value that you can create.
Yes. There is no harm in asking for help.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not help. It's
Yeah,
business.
it's business. I know. But so it's. I think that's where that's the fundamental.
Yeah.
For you to really identify what you're going to outsource.
Yeah.
Because you can't go speak to an outsourcing partner without you knowing what you're even going to outsource, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So whenever you know that your pain areas are these, and let's say A, B, C are things that your bread and butter.
Yeah.
You can do it all alone and you are super effective, right? And you have these D, E, G, H or something, those steps, you really doubt that you can do, or you are so efficient in that, right? Now you can have that idea and then you can look for the outsourcing solutions.
Yes.
Right? And it's always better that if you look at the broader angle, where there are companies which provide all the steps, rather than you select one person each, maybe freelancer each, to one problem. Right? So then it's very hard to tackle that as well.
Yes. I think that's one of the benefits as well, going with a firm rather than going with individual people.
Yeah.
Because you get you can rely on their expertise as a whole, and they have a whole team behind which can help and support you, right? For different areas and different that diverse options. I think that's one of another advantage for you to engage with a proper service provider.
Yeah. So then definitely now you need to do a little bit of research, and also it depends on, I think, your gut feeling as well, whether you are going to an onshore outsourcing partner or offshore outsourcing partner. As far as our videos covered, there are risks in onshore as well as offshore, and you can assess that risk also, and then you can go ahead with whatever the required party that you are willing to involve in.
Yes.
And in them you need to understand what are the services that they clearly provide, and also their capabilities, competencies, and also their management style.
Yes.
Right? So in order to do that, you need to do a little bit of research. There are so many ways, right, with today's internet technology, and also there are lead generators for you, there are other marketing people for you, there are recruiters for you, right, there are headhunters for you, right. So with that, it's really easy for you to understand what a particular person or what particular company can do for you.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's so true. Also, just remember, right? It's not only about identifying the right people and having that engagement and all. So whatever you discuss, once you have shortlisted the provider, whatever you discuss, make sure you put that into writing, right? Having the right terms, having the right contracts in place also actually will help you, help you throughout the process, right?
Yeah. And then let's say you searched and you found few people, right? What are the other things that you need to evaluate, and what are the other things that you need to really look at before engaging, or like in the start of the engagement?
Yes, I would say the first thing is the scalability and flexibility of the service provider, right? You need to see whether they do have the capacity, whether they do have the option for them to scale, upscale quickly, right? Whenever you need additional team member, do they have the resources to provide you with that additional team member? So these are the questions what you need to ask, and these are things what you really need to assess the capability of. You need to also check, the financial strength of that particular company, right? For them to be able to support your growth as well, right? And also how flexible they are in terms of offerings, right? Are they very particular saying that they will only do ABC, right? So those are some things what we really need to look into.
So along with the scalability only, it comes the growth, and also it comes your vision to their vision as well, right? So there should be a link between you two, for you and the partner that you are choosing. So if it syncs well, right, the scalability will also be easy.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And definitely, then we need to think about the data security measures and the compliance issues as well.
Yep.
So, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think especially when it comes to outsourcing, data security is a paramount risk, right? So making sure they have the right protocols and right processes in place to ensure the client's information is secure. Right, I think that's going to be a very crucial thing. What you have to check, right? Especially like you can check specifically, you can see if the firm has an ISO certification. That's the highest standard for data security, right? So things like that, and how are they in terms of the workflow? Work from home policies and other IT policies, and also those are some things for you to really have that discussion, have that open discussion with the service provider, right?
Yeah. It's very important things that you mentioned about the data security and also the compliance side of things. So sometimes it's not about the qualification that they have, how much they sync with us. So we need to understand the risk that involved in the partnership as well. So we need to work on a long-term goal. For you to work on a long-term goal, you need to understand the risk, and also you need to have the ways and means to mitigate that risk
as well. Yes.
Right.
Coming to the next point, right? So it's all about, next comes the budget. Okay, so again, that's also going to play a big role in you selecting your right partner. So you need to see if they fit in with your budget, right? So I think that's also important, doing that cost analysis to identify. And it's not always about the short-term cost. I think again we did a video on how to measure the true ROI, right? So I think always look at the long-term benefit over the short-term incentive, right? So I think that's also another important consideration, before you jump onto any engagement.
So coming into one of the other points that you can consider is, Ushan, the relationship that this particular service provider, which they have maintained with the others in the industry, and the reputation of this company. It doesn't necessarily say that a newbie can come, or a startup company can come to the space and then they cannot grow, right? It doesn't say. We also started as a startup only. Majority of the companies, everyone starting as a small entity only,
yeah,
right?
yes.
So, but whoever like they have started, whoever they have started with, right? You can actually refer to them, right? Just like this is just like you are hiring an employee, right? Because if you are hiring an employee, you are getting a referral from the ex-employer of that particular person. So in that case, just like that, right? You can get a if you can get a good referral from another firm that this firm is doing a wonderful job, you can build a trust upon that as well.
Yes, definitely. I think it's important. You should do it, right? You should speak to their clients and see how they operate, and get that flavor of it. I think that's also need to be part of the due diligence process.
Yeah. So just as we spoke, we need the testimonials from the other clients or referrals from the other clients that this partner already worked with or built relationship with, and then we have the trust within this person.
Yes.
And then what comes next is the finalization of the decision, right? So to do the finalization, what are the steps that you can?
Yeah, I think so. Once you have made all these due diligence, once you have done all these checks, I think then comes the final decision.
Yeah.
Right. Again, before you commit to any long-term contract, I would say it's always better for you to test out.
Yeah.
Test it out. So most of the service providers will offer a trial, right? It's always good for you to try it out, see how it's all going. If you're happy with the trial, then you can actually commit to the long-term contract, right? So I think that's how it should be. And it's not only just committing to the contract. You need to periodically review the performance of the service provider. It can be a monthly call, quarterly call, or whatever that is, right? So reviewing the performance of the service provider will also be crucial for you to make sure that it's a very like a good relationship, good long-lasting relationship.
Okay. With that, we conclude today's episode. Hope you have got a good insight about finding a right solution for your financial planning practice.